So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I guess to start off, I was just wondering how many of you all have been to an event like this before? Have you been to a mantra house before?
Yes.
Multiple people? Who has never experienced kirtan or mantra meditation before? Is it your first time? A couple of people. Cool. Yeah, so I guess first I can explain a little bit about what is kirtan and what is mantra meditation to provide motivation for today's session. So kirtan yoga is very different from any other yoga that you might have experienced in life. When you usually think of yoga, you think of a more all-encompassing form of yoga, which is this mantra yoga or kirtan yoga, which has benefits not just in your body, but also So to start off with explaining why mantra meditation is so powerful, we first kind of have to talk about the power of sound, right? So sound is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It's actually the start of the universe, the Big Bang. But also sound carries so much importance and gives us the ability to connect on a deeper level. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched a film. If you watch a film without the music, it's a completely different experience than watching a film with the music. So music provides sort of emotion, substance. So the concept of the mantra in the Bhakti yoga tradition utilizes this power of sound, and the word mantra refers to these divine syllables which allow us to unite our body, mind, and soul and connect to a divine frequency, sound vibration that allows us to be more connected to our spiritual reality. So today we will be doing a little bit of kirtan, and then we will also have a mini, I guess, sort of lesson on some concepts from the Bhakti yoga tradition that could be helpful for you in your daily life. But to start off, kirtan is a musical form of mantra meditation. So I will be singing the mantra shown above, and it's a call and response activity, so it's a community effort. So as much as you can, if you can try to follow along after I sing, the communal sound vibration is what really increases the potency of the practice. So I will first chant the mantra line by line, and if you all can repeat after me so we can practice it once or twice, and then we can begin. So the first line, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari.
Radha Ramana Hari.
Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Yeah, so this is the first mantra that we will be singing. I highly encourage you to sing along and try to meditate on these divine syllables of this mantra, and just enjoy the music. Jaya Thank you everyone for participating in that kirtan. How did that feel?
That was beautiful.
Wonderful.
That was really beautiful.
Thank you. So next we will be having a wisdom talk by Chaitanya Sundar, who is also my father. But he has been practicing the Bhakti Yoga tradition, and he will be sharing some wisdom that hopefully can be applicable for you in your lives.
Right. Hello everyone. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
So, as she already introduced, you can call me Chax or Chaitanya. When I came to this country, that's how I was shortened. And then it's stuck since then. So just maybe connecting few dots. I run a startup. I have a family. I also do Bhakti Yoga. But I can clearly say that thanks to the Bhakti Yoga practices, that there is a lot more peace and calm in everything that I do. And I wanted to share first this particular, there's so much wisdom. I'm sure like all of you appreciate that the Eastern philosophies have a lot of depth in terms of the wisdom that we can learn from. And this is one such fundamental concept that actually stuck with me. And it actually helps all of us practically. Hopefully you'll appreciate what we're going to share today. So these are subtle forces that shape our reality. So start with understanding like what are the forces that we all have been trained to think about. Anybody can this is just a AI generated picture, just to help you to start thinking. What you've heard in physics and all other subjects that we have studied. What are some of the forces that we can all think of? Gravity, magnetic force. What about some nuclear forces? Right, there's weak nuclear force, strong nuclear force, electromagnetic energy. So there's many forces that scientists have discovered. But there are forces that scientists have not discovered yet. But after today, you all will discover. And by discovering these forces, you will know so much more about the world around us, about our own self, as well as the world around us. This is truly will be eye-opening. In my case, it was. I truly hope you will all think the same way. So let's think of these three friends, and we'll see, and I'll give you some description, the pictures hopefully describe some of what I was trying to make sure that they depict, but I'll give you some more color commentary so that you understand. So let's start with Anya. So Anya, Ben, and Chloe, the three friends. So Anya wakes up, today is Saturday, right? So let's see how many of us can relate to Anya. So Anya wakes up, very fresh, very energetic, but at the same time very thoughtful. She wakes up cool-headed, doesn't reach to the phone right away, maybe drinks some water, then maybe does some yoga, thinks about the day that she wants to have for the day. So everything that she's doing is very thoughtful. She's not swapping, she's still doing everything, but she's very thoughtful. She's not over-endeavoring, but she's happy. She's achieving, but not disturbed when things don't go her way. So that's Anya. How many today have woken up or gotten up from your bed with that mindset? We have one winner, one or two winners. Then let's think about Ben. Ben is the second person. The prior night he had a night party, so he was excited to meet the friends, and then this morning he's like, okay, let's go out and have a volleyball game. So as soon as he woke up, he's looking for messages like, what happened to our party planning? And he's in a hurry. He forgot that he didn't even brush properly. He's so excited about the fun and energy and enthusiasm that he's going to have for the day. And when some of his friends said they won't join, he was very disappointed. High energy, but also led to frustration at the end of the day. Then Chloe. Maybe how many of us can relate to Ben? If not today, many days. Right? And most of us fall in the category of mostly Ben. And then there's Chloe. Chloe is one of those people like the alarm bell rang 3 times. Press snooze more and more, to the point by the time she woke up it's like 10 o'clock. Half of the world is already moving at a different pace, but she wants to snuggle, she wants to just watch maybe a movie and just not get out of the bed, maybe drink even bed coffee. So she doesn't know what's happening in her life, or she doesn't want to care about what's happening in her life. So life is leading her through whatever it takes. So a simple way to think about it is, the first person is the person who's planning and making things happen. The second person is the one who's doing things and realizing things don't always happen the way they want. And then the third person is just wondering what the hell is happening. Right? So, 3 different personalities. But what makes the personality? What are these subtle forces that define these personalities? So, that's what we're going to see. Interestingly, it's not, I'm sure if I were to put yourself in any of these categories, you can't clearly say, I'm A, B, or sometimes. In the same day, some part of the day I'm A, some part of the time I'm B, and some part of the time I'm C. Right? So that's exactly what we'll understand, is that these subtle forces are operating on us without our awareness. And the moment we understand that these are operating on us, we will become liberated. And that's the whole point of this philosophy, is that just by realizing that these forces are operating on us and having that awareness will liberate us. So let's now try to think about what are these forces. What does that picture evoke? Like, what are some of the words that come to your mind?
Nature.
Nature, peace, beautiful, refreshing, grounding, very good. Right? So this is what we call mode of goodness, or the force, the subtle force called goodness. And in Sanskrit it's called sattva guna. Sattva, sattvic, means like pure. So you can see some of the characteristics. So think of this as like the equilibrium state. You're not disturbed, you're thoughtful, pleasant. In life, there may be some ups and downs going on, but you're not perturbed. And that's the state. That's the state that we all want to be in. Because the truth is, whether we are the most successful person, the so-called success, wealthy person, powerful person, no matter what, life will be ups and downs, a part of the life. And being able to stay in that equilibrium state is what the wisdom is. They say like to ride the wave, but actually the right way is to ignore the wave. Stay calm. So don't go through the emotions just because they take you. With your awareness, you will be able to detach from those emotions. So, what's the mental state of such a people? Such people are people who are in this consciousness. Clarity. This will also pass. We're going through a difficult time. Don't worry, this will also pass. On the other side also is true. Just because you have some exciting news, don't get overrelated. This will also pass. But that doesn't mean like you are, what's the time? 15 minutes. So we'll have to rush a little bit, but there's a lot more to share. But at least you understand what's the emotional state: happiness, joy, compassion, empathy, long-term thinking, not short-term, really, really long-term thinking, even beyond this lifetime thinking. So virtuous, ethical, all well-being. See all the good words. Think about that. Very quickly, what does this image reflect? Colorful, artistic, chaotic, dynamic. Very good. Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I gave the similar words. So think of this as like always in motion, energy. It's not stable energy. So ambition, desire, restlessness, attachment to results, always acting. But the key difference between the previous state and this state is that frustration when goals are unmet. And that puts us through the roller coaster ride. So as much as this is also English word that is used to represent this is passion, mode of passion. And in our corporate world, everybody says like, be passionate, own your things. But there is a different level of definition of right passion. We'll talk about that if time permits. Make sense so far? Then the next image, what does this reflect?
Fear,
Morose. What did you say? Suffering.
fear,
Misery, lack of clarity, or like fear, pain, all kinds of things. So, this is the state of inertia. Means like, I'm not doing anything by my awareness. These people also do things like they eat. But when they're hungry, they'll eat. They're forced to. They'll eat whatever comes up in their way. Like they don't prepare food, proper food, they don't think about good food. Like that, there's many things. Similarly, they're forced into decisions. They're not thinking proactively. They're procrastinating. Sometimes, finally, today is the tax day. Last week it was the case. So like that. So you're forced to act, not with your intention. So laziness, apathy, sadness, anger, resistance to change. Those are emotional states. So what is the action? Basically, lack of action is the action. So inactive, carelessness, destructive even. So we don't want to be in this state. So now, these three forces, as we already talked, they're constantly changing. It's like RGB values, colors. They're constantly evolving during. It's like, think of those three modes as three dogs. And we are feeding one of these dogs, or maybe all three of them. Whichever dog we feed, that's the dog that is going to be strong. So, think about what we are doing. Again, all of this is for our own applicability in our lives. And each of these forces is so dominating. Whichever dog, whichever force in this case you nurture more, you associate with more, and that force becomes stronger on you. Obviously, which force do you want to be associated with more so? In the mode of goodness. And that's why a sangha like this, or association like this, Bhakti Yoga Club, or any good association is what we recommend. We recommend to our children, we recommend ourselves, we recommend to, if I want to be an entrepreneur, just like I have to hang out with other entrepreneurs. Similarly, if I want to be happy and if I want to be, thinking in a mode of goodness, then I have to hang out with people like that. And that's the benefit of an association like this. It's also these forces are binding. Means like we get addicted to those modes without our awareness. Like force is what? Something that I don't want, but it's being applied on me. So that's what we need to understand. These are forces on everybody and everywhere. Everywhere, every time. Right? Now, the reality is, we are not any of this. We means the true identity of ours is not this, but we are going through it every day, every second of our life. And that is the wisdom that philosophy is giving. We are the spirits. We can raise above all of this noise. Because that is the true identity of ours. And that identity is pure. And remember all these words, you should meditate and remember that that is what each of you are including me, like each of us are this. We are pure, so all the impurities come because of the world that we associate with, the modes that we associate. If we can raise above them, we'll not be, over time, we will understand that it's just like a river going through to meet the ocean. There will be mountains in the middle, it doesn't matter, it takes a detour and goes. There will be plains, it will run fast. But its goal is not all of this. Its goal is to go to the ocean. In the same way, we might go through this lifetime of ups and downs, but we are not burnt out because our destiny is to understand our true identity. And by knowing that we are actually transcendental, means what? We're not part of these forces. These forces are forced upon us. So we have to raise above it. So we have to think. And that's the state where we'll always be blissful. Like when we were doing just the kirtan a little bit, we forgot what is our tomorrow or on Monday's duty is, or what is the dinner we have to eat. Like many activities that we get entangled with, we forgot everything. And we felt blissful. And the good news is, all other happinesses in this world are temporary. You won a lottery, let's say, $1 million. How long do you think that happiness will last? until you get a bunch of calls from the financiers or scammers trying to steal your money until the next problem. So that's all temporary. But when we achieve our true state, we're eternally blissful. That's why nobody wants to die. Because we are actually eternal beings. But we are put in this temporary condition. And that's where Bhakti Yoga, whatever we have been doing, comes to picture. So we, by just through the, what's the one that you use to wake up from your sleep? Alarm clock. Why? You're sleeping and sound vibration is the one that's waking you up. But in reality, we are already sleeping even when you are awake. So, there's a lot more to share, but enough for you to think about. Next time when you get angry, somebody that you work with gets angry, immediately don't see the person becoming angry. See what forces are operating on them. You take the person not as the doer, but these forces are the doers. So there is a Sanskrit verse in Bhagavad Gita that says, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimoodatma kartaham iti manyate. That is, only these three forces are operating and doing everything. But the one who is bewildered and false ego, thinking that he is the doer, thinks that he is doing everything. See, just that wisdom, if we latch on to, we'll be so happy in our life. So hopefully that helped you. So it's the key to get from all this entanglement and get to liberated state is very simple actually. Just chant, daily put some time early in the morning, just as we talked about, these forces are operating every time, every day, every person, everything. For example, if I'm trying to read for my exam tomorrow and then I sleep on my bed and read, what happens? Within half an hour, I'll most likely fall asleep. What happened? I wanted to read, but I was using a bed which is meant for sleeping. So the mode that is operating on the bed is already defined. And by just doing it that way, I'm already forced into that mode without my awareness. So these are just examples for you to think about the fact that your association with things, with people, with food, with the activities that you do, everything defines what mode you are choosing. So choose wisely. All right. Any questions? Yes.
How are the three modes interconnected?
Interconnected. So just like for example, in order for me to let's say wake up in the morning, I have to go from sleep to then I have to wake up. So I was put into the mode of ignorance, otherwise I won't be able to sleep. You see, even though it's me, but I have to forget myself to sleep, and then I have to wake up. And then when I'm doing activity, I'm in the mode of passion, I have to do it. And then again, from mode, whenever I'm, let's say, having this kind of conversation, or when I'm thoughtful about doing something intentionally, maybe at work you're doing sometimes intentionally some things, then you're in the mode of goodness. It means you're thinking, you're planning. Remember all those qualities. So they're interconnected means even during the day, we are going through this. And each one forces on each other, these three forces. So that's how they are interconnected. And we need all these forces. So the right state, which is going back to this state, is called pure goodness state. Goodness seems good, but it's also binding. What is binding means, in this case, there's a lot more philosophy, but it forces us to take another body to be able to stay good. Whereas this body is temporary. We all know. So that's the understanding.
But like, why do we need like mode of ignorance?
Why do we need?
Like mode of ignorance?
The mode of ignorance is also needed, as I said, to sleep. But it has to be, managed in the right way. So that is, for example, you don't want to sleep in the middle of the day. Why? Because just being from, let's say, 8, 9 morning onwards till about 6, you have mode of passion operating in general. Then from 6 onwards, you have mode of ignorance till the next early morning. Now we have to align with those natural forces. It's like if I want to swim, what is the easiest way to swim? Swim along the stream, right? If I'm swimming against this stream, I'll exert a lot more energy but may not make much progress. So that awareness will help us to just, kind of almost like swim along this life by just knowing, oh, these are the forces. So that's why what do we do in Bhakti Yoga generally practice? Wake up early in the morning. Typically you want to wake up like 1.5 hours, 2 hours before the sunrise. And do things, and by the way, this is proven, you don't have to be just a Bhakti Yoga practitioner. You take all successful people, they wake up early morning, they do maybe exercising, they will do read books, they study, they practice. All the musicians, they actually wake up early and practice. Even Tim Cook wakes up early in the morning, he has a very strict routine. And there's also scientific research that said like alpha waves are more experienced easily early in the morning. So there's a lot of research. This is even modern science is connecting to the same principles. So this is all again proven both experientially, but also even modern science is corroborating. But this wisdom is eternal. It's exactly 30 minutes. Go ahead.
You mentioned life being like a wave. It has its ups and downs.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask, what wisdom would you give to stay calm, even if it's at the top or at the bottom? I think you mentioned that we as humans often have emotional attachment to the results. I just wanted some wisdom in terms of how can you stay steady despite going through ups and downs.
Yeah, excellent question. And does this mean, that we don't want to get attached to the results? Means don't work? Then you don't have to worry about the results. So this is exactly the same question that Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita almost had. And then there is a verse that Lord Krishna says, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadad ma karma phalheturgu ma te sangosya karmani. So I'll just break it down. He says, just attached to your work, means your inputs. We understand from an equation, right? Focus only on the inputs, not on the outputs. The outputs are not in our control. That doesn't mean you don't change the input based on what the expected outcome is. Like for example, a student must control the input like studying well, which automatically ensures a better outcome. That doesn't mean just because there is no better outcome, the student doesn't stop studying or gets dejected or in extreme cases, commit suicide just because they got from first rank to second rank. There are cases like that. So first thing is focus on the inputs, means your efforts, and not on the results. And then the next statement he says is because the next question he might say is because if I don't get to enjoy the results, then why should I work? And he says you are still bound to doing your duty. So we have to change our thinking from I want this to this is my duty. A soldier is not making the decisions for themselves. Soldier is being told by somewhere up the chain, the decision has been made. We have to fight this war. and we have to fight this war. Now, how to fight the war, everything I can plan, but the results are not in my hands, and I'm not attached to the results, but my task is defined. So it's a duty for me. I can't walk away from the war, war. So, does that answer your question? So, yes.
Just wanted to ask, like, is there like any specific feedback you give in terms of focusing on the inputs more? Because I feel like as humans, we still want to like see the results because like we put in all the work, right? And if it doesn't like show in some way, then we often feel like discouraged. So I just wanted to know like how can we like actually like detach from the results to some extent?
Yeah, very good question. I mean, this happens to me at work also, right? Because I'm running a startup. So obviously, you first consider all your situation and then figure out what the ideal plan for the right outcome is. So what does it mean? Like, you are being realistic, first thing. In a mode of passion, you are not realistic. Means it's all wishful thinking. So data-driven decision making is mode of goodness because you are taking the data and then making the decision. Last year we made this much revenue. These are the parameters that have changed. Now we can aim for this one. We still have to have an aim. We still have to have a goal for doing better because if you are doing the duty of running a business, that is your duty. You have to make sure that your shareholders get the right returns on the investment. That is the duty, not because I want it. So it's a duty again. So everything changed from what I want to what is my duty here. Okay, based on the duty, I have to plan for the right outcomes. Now, based on that, you plan. Okay, in order to execute and get, let's say, 50% growth or 100% growth, what do I need to do? I can't sit and then say, hope for it to happen. Either what are the variables that I can change? Product, marketing, sales, customer awareness, customer satisfaction, whatever. So you need to understand where your current weaknesses are, fix those gaps, and then plan for the next cycle to be better. And then again, learn from it. So what happened? You're not attached to the result. So there is a big difference between planning and getting attached during the execution. During planning, yes, you have to have a goal and that has to be realistic. Again, that's where the data-driven point comes to picture. And then based on that, you now plan. Once you have the plans, now execute according to your plans, but be adaptable also, right? But you have taken it almost like, profit, even though you may be working for profit, think of like ideally what is a non-profit organization supposed to do? They're also supposed to work really hard, but for the service mindset. Means it's not for my profit, but it is for the benefit of general society or whatever my mission is. So I still have to work as hard and do the best thing that I can do. So when you just shift your consciousness, it's called consciousness. And think like this visual. Every time you get attached to a result, you're putting yourself a hook onto something that is not in your hands. Yes?
I have something to add to that, just for him like a practical application. So I feel like usually whenever we put in our input and then the situation unravels and there is the result, there are two kinds of benefits or losses that are related to it. The first one is the tangible one, which you can see. The second one is the intangible one, which you can't necessarily see, but it still exists, like those three forces. So, for example, if you're in a difficult conversation where you're trying to negotiate your salary with your manager and you're asking for a hike, but the end result is that you didn't get the hike. So, the tangible benefit did happen, but the intangible benefit is that you put forward your thought, you built your confidence, you practiced your negotiation skills, and you made sure that you stood up for what you believe in. So it's very important that at the end of every situation, you also consider what was the intangible benefit that you gained out of that situation. And that kind of helps you see the upside of those situations when you focus a little bit more on that also.
Yeah.
So kind of make like those two lists every time you encounter something. That's how I try to do it. What did I learn out of this? And then how do those skills transfer in another situation?
Very good point. I used to justify the same thing. What she said is very true. There are two outcomes. Either you learn or you earn. Most of the times you learn, but be prepared to learn, so that one day you will earn. So, I know we're a little past time, but this is a topic that obviously we can keep going. Thank you very much. So we'll continue with the kirtan again.
So we can take a stretch break for maybe a couple of minutes. If you would all like to take some water, or maybe use the bathroom outside, you can feel free to do that while we sit.
Yeah, I used to do it before. I had to see it once a week.
Nice. Yeah, wait, do you? Nice, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I also just came, like, I'm not just a college freshman, but I just came just for funsies. And I really liked it. But yeah, one day they're like, oh, you guys are interested in singing. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've done volunteering here.
I still coordinating with Wendy now because
I don't know.
they like texted me this week saying,
Wait, did you like talk to him about singing?
no, I talked to him about maybe playing like an instrument and stuff, and it just so happened that every time I had a chance to play, I didn't have time to get like the instrument part ready. So I was like, oh, we can just
Okay, nice. Well, I'm glad.
I did it more because he was asking me to do it. So I said,
Okay, good.
no, I get excited to come through.
No, it's good. I'm glad you're here. Especially because my bus, the bus was like, cool. So I was like, I think this is embarrassing. It's not embarrassing.
I was worried that someone came up because I was like, oh, I need to
No. I was like, I actually go to school in Shrishta at University of Washington. But yeah, no, I was coordinated to do this. No, oh my gosh, imagine there's some random person. No, I'm a volunteer. Nah,
I figured that out when I was here.
Okay, yes, good. Yeah, actually that first chant, that's my favorite mantra. No, like I heard it first. Okay, this is the one that I'm jumping to.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard of it.
I know, I actually, so the first time, wait, how did you start to put that?
I just looked up kirtan Seattle and found this place. And started going.
Oh, what got you into, like, why did you
I do some practice on my own, like in meditation, I was getting more into kirtan and like chants and stuff. And I ended up getting harmonium and started learning chants and singing and stuff.
Really? Wait, how do you learn this?
Well, I already played piano, so it's pretty similar. Basically, you just have to prompt at the same time. I watched a couple of YouTube videos. Okay, yeah, details
I would love to learn how to play this because, like, I can only do, like, singing.
And these are awesome. You can really sing along with each note. Is the
Wait, how do you know what notes to, like, play?
I usually watch people show me and look at like the different songs, but I also from some general music theory you kind of figure out the words.
See, I don't know music, or I don't know how to read music, or...
I just watch people play it.
Okay.
Have you ever played the piano?
Like, a tiny bit, but I don't know about that. So, yeah. Okay. I'll see you. Maybe it'll be a summer break project.
Probably always come and like play an instrument. I don't know where they keep it.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, where did you get yours?
I got mine. There's like a meditation hall with all the but you can get them online too. I just want to play around with something like that.
Okay, nice. Wait, what's all this, like, the knobs and stuff?
Yeah, so they open different chambers. So like there's like sets of reeds under here, and the air goes through, and then opening different ones plays like the bass or the high reeds, or like a drone. So if you pull it, it's just like constant noise.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I love music so much, but I don't know anything about it. No, I just like started singing for fun in the past couple of years. I actually never sang before too much, but it's because my best friend, she wanted to start pressing, and she needed someone to do that with. And I was like, okay, sure. But like, I really wasn't that good, so I was just like, too weird. But I practiced it. Just for dude, I love that mantra, the Ramana. That's my favorite mantra. And you sing it so good.
I think you were singing along. It helps. I didn't know if I could do that.
So I'm not texting you too. I texted the high.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I like it. I like it.
Weird that I just don't. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
yeah.
Why do you think?
So for our next kirtan, we will be doing the Maha mantra. As Kirtan is very joyous, so if you ever feel like you would want to get up and dance or clap along, 3 different words, Hare Krishna and Rama. This Maha Mantra is called the Maha Mantra. Maha means great, so this is considered the great mantra, or the all-encompassing mantra that provides all benefits. thank you all for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed that kirtan. And now we will have dinner, which I think is the favorite part of the program.
Once more, once more, once more,
I don't know if I can. Maybe next time. Yes, but now we will have the dinner, and I don't know, is somebody gonna make announcements? I also want to thank everybody up here. So we have Samart on Mridanga. And we have Isa and Ethan on backup vocals. And also thank you to Preetham and Rahul and Shruti and everybody who is a part of Bhakti Studio. And also to my dad, Chad, for his wisdom. Thank you all for joining.
A round of applause for
Shrestha.
Shrestha. So we end these very energetic sessions by acknowledging and thanking all of the volunteers who put sweat, who put energy into making all of this possible. And one special volunteer this week who is in the spotlight is Isa. So Isa, of course, we have seen the energy that she creates here for all of us, but she also works and handles the social media accounts of both Bhakti Studio and Mantra House. So thank you, Isa, for that. And this is the QR code to the Instagram handles that Isa handles, and I request you all to follow this so that you do not miss any future Kirtan Soulfest, which you can see have been scheduled until May 10. There are also other events that Bhakti Studio does, and these are some of the events you can see. And yeah, I think with that, I'll just keep this on here so you can look at it, and the food will be served shortly. So,
Thank you.
thank you.